Hey guys, Brooke here with Legal Talk Tuesday, and I am solo today to talk to you about business law. Business owners wear a lot of hats. It can be really overwhelming, and we really understand that. Many times, legal services are kind of put off because of budget restrictions or prioritized behind more pressing issues. But what happens is people end up using legal services, acquiring legal services only after there's an issue that comes up. So it's really important to be proactive rather than reactive when it comes to your business so that you can be protected. So first, I'm going to go really basic and just explain what business law is, because it looks different for everybody. Your needs vary, and they fall and touch in different areas of law. So business law really encompasses all the laws that are going to dictate how to form your business, run your business. That's going to include laws about how to start, buy, manage, close, sell, any type of business that you run. And business laws are specifically established so that they can provide a guideline, rules for businesses to follow. What's included with business law, and that's where it can get a little bit murky. So contract law, most people think of contracts when they think of business law. The law of corporations, which is incorporating your business, whatever business structure entity that you have, your business organization internally. Securities, intellectual property like copyrights, patents, trademarks, antitrust, secure transactions, tax stuff. Also, it actually touches a little bit in trust and estate law. Laura, often comes and talks about family law. She's our family lawyer and I'm our business lawyer, but we also offer some estate services. And those services, we kind of go at that as a team. And sometimes we even have to work with clients together because they may have, some kind of family law issue that requires them to create some kind of trust or estate document. And then they also have a business. And so, that some areas overlap. And that's one of the areas specifically here at MVL that we see that overlaps. Other things that you might think of when you think of business law, labor law, employment law, and bankruptcy. We do not do all those things, and I'll get into that here in a minute, and what things we do offer and what that looks like. But why it's important for you to, know what business law is. It's important for you if you own a business, if you're managing a business, to really have a basic understanding of business law to help you make decisions within your business. So, a lot of things can happen that you have to manage and oversee, buying and selling property, suing, being sued, entering into contracts, hiring and firing, and there are even, laws that you have to pay attention to because there are crimes and things like that affect your business in different ways. And so you really need to have that basic understanding of business law. And it's not just what people think of, when business goes bad and there's a business breakup and you have to sue somebody, or, you have somebody that's working with you and you get sued. So that's a lot of times what people think about when they think about business law, but there's a lot more to that. So what do we here at MVL provide? So here at MVL, there are 4 primary areas that we help with. The first is business formation. So those are things like establishing your corporation with the Secretary of State, creating your LLC, making sure that everything is as it should be, getting you set up with your EIN. If you're going to do some kind of different kind of election for tax treatment for IRS purposes, we do that. We do not do tax law. So we don't get into tax law. If it is a very complex transaction, oftentimes we ask that our clients go and meet with their CPA, because their CPA tends to have a more holistic view of their financial situation on both the business and the personal side. But so that's kind of an area we don't get into. We're not tax lawyers, we're business lawyers, but there is overlap there as well. We also do a lot of contract work. The bulk of what we do is contract law. So when I'm talking about contract law, that's things like releases, photo releases, even HIPAA releases, employment contracts, independent contractor contracts, even commercial contracts, leases, things like that. Those all kind of, for us, fall under contracts, and that's the bulk of the services that we offer. The third thing that we do is provide kind of operating documents, which are your internal documents. Those are things like an operating agreement, a shareholder agreement, depending on what type of business entity you have. We do employee handbooks. We can do policies and procedures. So the things that really help you stay up, running, and flowing in your business. Those are what we consider operating documents. And then finally, the last thing that we do quite often is document review and feedback. So document review entails us actually taking a document that you either already have prepared internally, or something that maybe you're entering in some kind of joint venture with another business or bringing in another person, and they already have something for you to look at. So we actually can go in, look at those documents, make sure that you're protected, make sure, foresee anything that could possibly go wrong, advise you on those things, and make some maybe. What document review is not is substantial changes. And by that, I mean, we don't go in and basically re-edit the whole thing, because what happens in that situation, if we're having to review and we need to basically throw it out and rewrite the whole thing, is we are essentially writing the whole entire document as opposed to doing a review. So we, talk with you and try to, give suggestions. And if we don't need to help you rewrite things, we don't suggest that you do that. So, we're just going to provide you the feedback on the document that you give us. But sometimes that's something that's unclear. And so I just wanted to clarify, whenever we review a document, we do not go in, and sometimes people will ask me, can you just go, rewrite this in your own words and add all this stuff? And, essentially that's rewriting the document. And it's easier actually for us, if we have to get that deep into it, to just write that document from scratch or based off something that we already use, than having to fit it into the template that you have. And so those are the four things: business formation, contracts, operating documents, and document review, that we primarily do here at MBL. We have a la carte services, which are basically one-off, is what you're going to think of. If you need an operating agreement, you're going to go get just that document. So that's what I mean by a la carte. A la carte is the primary way that we serve our clients, but we also have a subscription offering, which is a little bit more of an in-house counsel role, but it's a little bit limited because of the way that we provide services and operate our business. So our subscriptions are basically business legal packages, and they're monthly flat rate fee, and it's renewable for 3-month periods at a time. And it's legal and consulting services for your business. And so the way that works is you actually get an initial business review up front. And that's another reason we don't want to, put anybody in a long-term, commitment, but we also want to use that, period of time to do a review of your business, so we can actually understand your business, learn about your business, learn about your goals, help you with some of those things, and also let you know what you need or where your business may be vulnerable legally. So we like to spend that time doing that. So that's why we do it in 3-month increments, because we want to quarterly check in with you. So you're going to have that initial business review. You're also going to have some quick little monthly check-ins. And during that time, you get document review and feedback of any documents that you do have, and then unlimited legal advice and resources, and also a discount on our a la carte services. And so it's just a way that if you're someone, and we run into this, sometimes people need us for multiple things, and they'll just come back and keep getting, a la carte items, or they're wanting to, get advice that we've maybe helped with one thing, and then they want advice on the next thing. And, instead of having to come in and pay, our consultation fee every time, or, say, oh, this is a whole new matter, we're going to have to start over. It is a separate matter usually. So in that situation, we recommend that those individuals move over to a subscription. So that way they're, using their money more efficiently, but also so they're able to get the full scope of what they need for their business. So if any of that is interesting to you, then you can reach out. I'm a business lawyer here, so I'd be the person that you're talking to. Next week, we'll be here again on Tuesday, the 28th at 11:30 Central Time, and we will see you then. And we'll put a promo up on Monday. Laura and I have a lot of big things going on, and we have a lot of upcoming conferences and things that we're really excited about that we'll be sharing with you over time. But we are going to surprise you next week again with our topics. So thank you guys for joining me today, and we will see you next week. Thanks. Bye.